Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today it's time to do March's art tag, and the theme this month for the tag is all about layers. So it's all layers. So already we've done initiation, so getting started, and then last month we did marks, making marks. So this is all about building up layers this month. So I've dived into my collection of papers and bits of ephemera and that kind of stuff, and I've pulled out loads and loads of bits and bobs from all over the place. I've also cut out already one of the numbers that I want to use from the Rusty Numbers. You can say where I've cut it from, can't you? From the Rusty Numbers Mixed Media Collage Papers, which is a little 6x6 book, which is full of these gorgeous, rusty, crusty, grungy little number tags. Absolutely jam-packed full of them. Still available on the website. So, shameless plug, I know, but there you go. So I've got my tag here. So what I wanted to do first of all is to build up my layers, starting with a base one. So I've got a sheet of book text, which I'm going to stick down on it. So first thing to do is just to position that on the page, grab a pen or something, and then just go around the outside. I don't particularly want a perfect outline, because I'm not going to be actually using that outside part of it. I'm going to cut within the inside. One of the things I didn't check on this before choosing this page was whether there's any swear words on it, so you'll have to forgive me if there is. And I'm just going to roughly go around. You could just tear it. But it's not necessarily about the distress, it's about the layering today. And if this isn't exactly perfect, it don't matter one jot. It really don't matter. Let's grab my bin, and then we can just layer that over and then stick it down. Perfect. Let's grab some glue. I'm hoping the camera's focused. It looks like it's focused. I'm sat in sunshine today. I've got my door open again because it's a beautiful, beautiful spring door. Mr. Bentley's in with me again because Ian's decorating the hall, and Bentley doesn't like the smell of paint. So I said, well, I would come out today and keep an eye on Mr. Bentley. Nipper's fast asleep upstairs, he don't care. And of course Nana and Grandad are sat in the lounge. It's only been up an hour and they're already back asleep again. You know, but that's life when you get to 80 odd. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start building up just random layers now. So I'm going to just start tearing bits of paper just to go in the background. So these are sheets of collage paper that I've picked up from all over the place. This one might even be a piece from Temu, possibly, who can say. And I'm going to stick that down like that. And I'm going to go vertical as well as horizontal. I'm just going to start building up some random layers. Right, but I'm keeping in mind colour. So my focal collage pieces that I'm going to be sticking down on the layers today are more on the greeny blue side. So that's kind of what I'm bearing in mind as I'm doing these. So anything that's kind of greeny bluey, that's catching my eye, it's probably going to go in. And this is probably one of my favourite things to do, is creating kind of collage clusters, almost kind of like snippets if you like, but not. And when I've used a piece, I'm just going to put it to one side to make sure I don't overuse it. If that makes sense, if you can overuse something. Right, so what we've got here, I'm liking that. So let's tear that out. And some pieces I'll cut, some pieces I'll tear. But like I said, it's all about the layers today, so. Excellent, so grab that. And again, because I'm doing collage and there's no heat gun involved, I'll probably be able to do all this in one take, which would be nice. Let's bring that down here. So a lot of these items that I'm going to be sticking down will disappear into the background. They will vanish. Right, you see, that one I want to cut. I'm seeing that, I'm thinking, I don't want to tear that, I want to cut that. And I'm letting my instinct take over as far as some of these pieces are concerned. Gut reaction is when you see a piece you think yes, or no, wrong colour, or that doesn't gel well. Allow your gut instinct to kind of guide your hand to some extent. And I'm just throwing stuff over in a pile over the top there when I've actually used it. So a part of this is really all about not necessarily what you can see, it's also about what you can't see. What's tucked away, what's hidden, what's in there. Not necessarily that people can see, but maybe like in 2 or 3 years' time when you come back and look at this tag, or your tag, you'll go, oh yeah, I remember what's under there. It's for you to kind of remember what's there and what isn't, not for anybody else. I've said this many times over the 10 years, over the decade that I've been doing these kind of art journal mixed media pieces. We tend to do this stuff for ourselves, not for other people. So, and that tends to get lost. It's not like you're creating a scrapbook for a grandkid, or you know, a card that you're giving away to someone. This is personal. You're doing it for you, not for anybody else. So what the heck? Just do it. So this piece, I've already got glue on the back, but it's dry, which means I've tried to use it in another piece before and then changed my mind. So we're going to use it today, and we're just going to layer. And it doesn't matter, like I said before, whether we cover things up. It's all about what you can see and what you can't see. Now then, I like this. This is like a piece of clipboard, and I think this might actually be a sticker. It seems to have an acetate back, which kind of indicates that it is a sticker. I'll have a bash just for a few seconds just to see whether I can remove the backing. If I can't, I might just abandon using it all together. Ah, there it is. Yeah, it is a sticker. Yeah, I think there. that. So I need something to go up towards the top. Ticket, admit 1. Like I said, I'm leaning more towards blues and greens with this one today. Like that. And then I need something. So we've got some number strips that I'd like just to add in. Let's bring that down there. And I have a second one, so I'll balance that by putting that one down here at the bottom. I'm not going to bother putting glue all the way down because I'm going to end up snipping some of that off. Yeah, like that. So yeah, just go through your ephemera collection, stuff that you've hoarded. And I'll say the word hoard, you know, to call it what it is, over the years, and just think, do you know what, I've got all this stuff and I've not used it for ages and ages and ages, so maybe it's time that you did. And then just create something that's got like that. Don't like those white edges though. Don't like those white edges. So let's grab some distress ink. It's that one, wasn't it? It's better. It's not quite so white and raw. Let's just get some distress ink on that. Hello!
Good morning, man. Sorry.
It is morning. It is still morning. How's the painting going?
I finished all the painting. I've washed brushes. I've just done a bit of filling on the stairs. So I've got to go back and paint part of the ceiling where I painted it green this morning by mistake.
Oh yes, just at the bottom of the stairs. Yeah.
So I'll paint after lunch when it's dry. But when I was painting, you know when they squirt the colour in?
Yeah.
I was rollering and a little bright green dot kept appearing on the wall, and I mean almost like
It's like acid green.
Yes. And everything, so I couldn't get rid of it, so I ended up loading the roller up more to push it into the roller, and it disappeared.
Oh well.
It's a monkey, really.
It was some paint that we had the colour mixed, didn't we?
Yes.
Didn't we? Didn't we?
Didn't we?
I know. I'm getting to that point now where I think we're almost full.
That's nice.
So I think I'm just going to stick that up there.
Are these those little embellishments you got?
Some are that I've had for absolutely ages. Some of the pieces I've had in my stash for a long, long time. That's from the Rusty Numbers paper pad.
Yeah, your Rusty Numbers paper pad, yeah.
Yep.
I like
So it's all about the layers today. We're building up layers upon layers upon layers. So it's not necessarily, as I've already said, it's not necessarily what you can see. It's also about what's hidden underneath.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to do.
What?
I'm doing.
Oh, you're sorry. Do it. You're just doing as in doing.
As in, I'm engraving.
Right. Fair enough.
It's working today.
All right. So that means he's done as much of the painting as he can do today. All right, so I think we're getting to that point where I don't think I want to add any more. So some of these pieces may not end up getting used, but I do want to use him because it does need to have, I think, not necessarily a focal point, but it does need a little something. And I think this kind of faux David Tennant lookalike, because he does remind me a little bit like David Tennant, without the tash, but he's got the tash with the tash, if you know what I mean. Okay, so let's put him just slightly off on that clipboard bit there. Yes. That's doing it for me. Didn't use that in the end, and we didn't use those 3 pieces in the end, which is fine. Or is it? Do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to stick that on as well. It's working within that colour theme for me, so let's put you down there. And like I said before, it's not necessarily about what you can see, it's about what you can't see too, what's hidden in that background. It's the layers that you build up. It's the tag's underwear, if you'll pardon the expression. Why is that peeling up? Let's put a bit more glue in there. Give it a good squish. That's the ticket. Fabulous, look at all those layers. So now, as soon as we've got the distress out, let's just go around that edge. Before we add in the final bit. Are you back again?
I'm back again, yes. All cut nicely.
Oh, nicely. Lovely. So what are you cutting?
It's for a... It's the machine that has the sunlight on it.
Oh, lovely. Yes. So Ian's found some new lights that are like cast, almost like a sunset, isn't it?
Yes.
On your wall.
Yes. So, and that's what it says inside.
The sun shall shine and otherworldly creatures shall hide in the shadows. Haha.
It almost looks like the sun coming up. The machine's really bright yellow sunlight. So it's
It'll send your vampires scurrying then, won't it? Yes, we're liking that. We're liking that a lot. Right, so before I add in my very, very final piece, I want to add some splatters. Just because. So white splatters, just to add a little bit of that kind of floating. Now then, I'm going to use the word bouquet. Not bouquet as in flowers, but bouquet as in kind of floating light. Floaty light. Just make sure that it does say water and not alcohol. Because we do like a little bit of etherealness added to it. And you see how I just did and then stopped. So, but I just want to wipe that off from his face. Don't mind a little bit on there, but I want it off his face. All right, grab that, because we do get it everywhere when you do splatters. Splatters do tend to get absolutely everywhere. Now, I did say, didn't I, that I wasn't going to use the heat gun today. All right, so minimal editing then. All right, I'm hoping that's not too bright now. So those little splatters on there, just add that kind of ethereal, kind of floating dust mites just in that foreground, which it just makes it all, just brings it all together. Right, so the final piece then that I'm going to add is a faux cluster that was created for me. Occasionally I do use AI. I use ChatGPT. I was trying to think of a title for this tag, so I asked my my chatbot. I've named, or he's named himself actually, Rowan, or they've named themselves because it is non-gender specific, Rowan. And I said, Rowan, I'm doing this cluster layered tag. What can I give it as a title? And Rowan suggested piece by piece. And then I said, well, I'll tell you what, as soon as you've thought of the title, why don't you create the final flourish and the little title piece to go on the tag? A little bit like a collaboration. So he did and created this for me. So we're going to put that down there in the lower third. Just like that. And there we go. So all I have to do now is just to pop that hole back into the tag, because obviously we're missing the hole at the top, which is not as easy as it sounds. There we go. Just give that a twirl round. That should do it, and then I'll be able to add that back into my art tag journal. Which way around am I going? I'm going that way, aren't I? If I can find it, there we go. So there we have it. There is my piece by piece layered art tag for the month of March. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me create this layered piece today. If you have, please remember to give the video a thumbs up. You can share the video with your friends, and don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking that button at the end of the video. That's all from me for now, and I would love to see what you create if you're using this as inspiration to create your piece. So don't forget to share that over on the Mike Deakin's Creative Collective Facebook group. That's the thingy there on the screen there, but there will be a clickable link below the video. So please do share what you've created, because I would love to see it. Thanks very much, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.